Just how often and how many times do you ask yourself and go through the process of what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? And everything that comes along with that thought, that overarching premise, idea, and fear of what if it does not? How often do you realistically ask and bathe in the possibility of what if it does? What if it does? And the idea about what if it does for me is everything that is built around the concept of why you should begin to learn to dominate your mornings. I am a firm believer in why you should. I have some really tangible and relatable ways and tips on how you could. And then, of course, and then, of course, there's the bad and the ugly about the realities to doing so. Because everything ain't all peachy and green, as you would say, think, or surmise. But why? Why? Why for me is deeper and grander than anything you might be able to sort of contextualize, read, write, or express in any level of formality. The why for me is fully engulfed and embodied in a certain level of passion, in a certain level of desperation, in a certain level of certain uncertainty that what if it doesn't, man? What if it doesn't? And the reality to what if it doesn't and what if it does? What if it does has eluded us, has possibly eluded you, and certainly was way past my thought process, mindset, and my overall life processes. And why? And why? For no other reason. Let's skip the drama, the complaints. Let's not antagonize ourselves with past mistakes, mishaps, and falling on our face. Let's agree to the cliche. It's already done. It happened. We can't go back. The reality I came to when I started to live this lifestyle, to absolutely dominate life by dominating my mornings, was the realization that I forgot all about myself. I forgot who I was. I forgot what I was about. I forgot what I was capable of. And I totally was immersed in what if it doesn't work? And that is not a truth that you are cognizant and conscious of because it has not for so long. And until you start to figure out a way to find some sort of way to dominate your mindset, dominate your life, dominate your spirit, dominate your ability to execute and plan and have autonomy. That's what it was for me. I realized that in my life, in my journey, I have never liked the idea of taking orders, being dictated to, and following the status quo. It is the most irritating and unpleasurable experience for me in any relationship in life. And unbeknownst to me, I was living that way. And most of it, think of it as some trap today, some sort of 9 to 5 basic lifestyle, wife, kids, picket fence, etc. The pain of that is not so much so that it is something one should or shouldn't do. I despise getting into that rhetoric and that sort of debate on what you should or shouldn't. It's just a reality. It's just a reality. You lose autonomy. Autonomy for me translates into freedom. I can get freedom in a 9 to 5. I can get freedom in a married lifestyle. I can get freedom as a parent. I can get freedom as a basic human. All those things are not, there's, I'm good with that. If you don't wake up to realize that that's not necessarily a life that is indicative of failure, because we seem to think success, 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 success. Why you're not successful? Does that imply you're unsuccessful? You haven't failed. The reality to the why, as I get tangential, is that in aligning with some of what is obvious to the culture, my culture, what I was exposed to, what I am now exposed to, what I have become less ignorant about, all comes back to I lost myself. I lost myself and I just flowed into a very standard way of living. Not knocking it, just saying that it doesn't present the autonomy because I despise being dictated to. Now, understand, in my wisdom, to attain autonomy, the way that I seek autonomy, is not because I want to give directive and tell someone else or others what to do. No, not at all. It is that in my understanding of me knowing what I need to do, I am perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine also following and understanding what is required in order to enable me to be able to have autonomy. I know what I need to submit to. I know what I'm powerless over. I know where I rank. I understand the power of God to me, which is absolutely fierce and paramount and indicative of how I live my life, which means that God is all and all is everything and everything is much bigger than I. But I still have my own authority and power, and I still am the same source and energy and being that I am to God. And so therefore, I deserve what I deserve for the simple fact that I said so. And when I began to dominate the morning, it opened me back up to who I am, who I was, and who I could start to become. And I needed that. I believe you need that. I believe we all need that because none of us should lose ourselves. And in order to understand and find and become, we need time for ourselves. And there's no better time than to rise as early as possible with the clear, unmitigated, distraction-free, full autonomy to just do you. How you say, when you say, where you say, because you said. You need to, I need to, we need to open up the possibility of us. And there's no better way to open us up to all of our possibilities than to do so immediately upon rising. When we transition from our lovely rest and dream state where all the imagination and all the possibilities run rampant in our mind, and hopefully are more dreams than nightmares, but there are both, of course, in the realities to our existence. But to transition immediately from all of what could be in that subconscious state into a conscious state of, let's go get it. Right now, it's all about me. I am my only priority. I am my only focus. I am the goal. I am the process. I am the work, the discipline. I am the outcome. I can't offer you anything greater than that to understand why it is no better time than as soon as you rise and you're blessed with the gift of life to go get it. Now, how we can do that and additional benefits that come with the how, we'll get into. The bad and the ugly, because there's bad and ugly, we'll get into as we'll have a 3-part series. The why, the how and the results, the bad and the ugly. Until then, change your mind, change your life. I am who I say I am. Do you and stay rich.